Second is, yes, you will have a high point and you will have a low point every day. Maybe something will make you feel very happy, okay, an achievement, or talking to a customer, sign up, or business. A low point could be anything. I mean, you could have unwanted criticism, or people could say, this is not going to happen. You stop getting into it.
Welcome everyone to Startup Dunia, showcasing the inspiring journey of startup. This is your host Yasmin Khan, and today I am pleased to welcome amazing founder of Ozu Logistic, Mr. Paramveer. Welcome, sir.
Hi, Yasmin. How are you? Thank you so much for this
Yeah, I am
opportunity.
good.
Very good afternoon to
My
everybody.
pleasure.
And
Yeah. So today we'll try to have deep insights from you about the Ozu Logistics and even the startup journey which you started in this pandemic. So we'll try to have that entire thing from you. So starting with the very first question, that is, let's start from the beginning. How like tell us about the beginning journey of Ozu Logistics.
okay, Ozu was incepted in my mind somewhere in 2018. There
Oh.
is in startup ecosystem there is a event called Collision, which happens in US. Now this was in New Orleans, okay, and I had attended that in 2018, and I happened to meet and listen to the CTO of Walmart, okay, and those days they were talking of the challenges of deliveries and last mile deliveries, and to do with deliveries with their shipments in the US, okay. So what I could grab is it's the same thing we are having. We still are having. Okay, in 2018 it was worse. Okay, so we were really not having good delivery systems. So that is when the idea of Ozu incepted in my mind, where I wanted to do something with crowdsourcing. Now, crowdsourcing is something where we are trying to connect a common man as a delivery person. So we've even applied for a patent, and most probably our 2 hearings are done. Mostly we will be given the grant anytime next year start. So what we're doing is making a platform for a common man, irrespective, a student traveling on the same way every day, from point A to point B. So again, in India, gas is very expensive, fuel is very expensive. So if
Mhm.
on the way, if they can pick up a parcel and deliver, they will get some money out of it. A person who's traveling to office every day on the same route, if he can get a parcel, it's so we are basically the Ola of logistics. That's what we're trying to do. You
So
pick up The Ola picks up people, we pick up loads on the way. So that is the algorithm. We patented the technology and the methodology, and so that is how Ozu came in picture. So where we have a mantra connecting life to life, where we are connecting people and work and human touch to it, with giving
hmm.
the maximum benefit to the person. That is what we're giving back to the society, instead of the organization keeping a lot of money out of this. We're just making a marginal transaction fee, and rest complete money goes to the person who's doing this delivery.
Oh, and to add to that, please tell us about the time, like the date when the Ozu officially
Yeah,
started.
yes. Ozu, I registered a company in US last year in October 2020. Okay. Then
Mm-hmm.
in here in India, we registered a company in July. That was on July 22nd this year. We made the tech. It took us almost a year to make the tech. We are a 360-degree platform on iOS, Android, and web based. So it took us almost a year to make the tech, get it ready, test it in the alpha stage, and now we went live on 10 September 2020.
That's great, and just congratulations from my side, and all my wishes to you.
Thank you.
So moving forward, I would like to know what is the meaning of Ozu, the word
Okay.
OZU,
Okay.
the concept behind Ozu.
Ozu means over zillion units. So every shipment is a unit. So it's over zillion units shipped, moved, packed, transported, whatever you can call. So we are into the whole logistics marketplace. So anything to do with shipment, and one shipment is a unit, or one cargo is a unit. So over zillion units. That's our dream. We're getting there.
That's great. I really like that. I was even wondering. I have even searched what is Ozu, but I thought, "Okay, let's ask you only from the founder." So
Yes.
that's great. So tell us, like, what are different features you have mentioned in starting only. So elaborating to that, tell us about different features and offering Ozu delivers.
Okay, so we have primarily we have four categories. One is to do with logistics, air, land, and sea. Then we have freight, which is to do with full truckload, partial truckload. We have courier business, okay, which is international and domestic. And then the fourth one is we have the packers and movers, as a very good tech made on the packers and movers. So everything, all of these four segments have logistics to do. So as I told you, how are we different? First is the crowdsourcing part of it, where for deliveries within the radius, we started registering students, we started registering few people who go on the same route, okay, who are willing to be delivery partners, but so we are like a catalyst. Like, we don't own any warehouses, we don't own any courier person, we don't have any staff. We basically ensure that we use crowdsourcing as a platform, and then as a marketplace, we cater the supply end through these people. A demand end obviously is somebody like you or anybody. For example, you use I could give an example. If you forget something at home and you want it, in your office in next, say, 1 hour, so you can use Ozu, and you can search for a partner near your area. And that's the aim. When people are more connected, somebody on the move from maybe point A to B can get you your whatever, a laptop or anything you've forgotten. So that is one side. Secondly, on the marketplace, yes, we have people like packers and movers. If I could speak of, we have distinguished packers and movers. So if you want to move your house or relocate, so you will download the app. The app is so tech savvy, keeping COVID restrictions and COVID, things in COVID challenges in mind. You don't even have to get the person to do a inspection or a visit to your house. The person is going to, you will download the app, you'll add the photographs, and everything is so detailed that a packers and movers guy can actually imagine your house, how it is, and how much effort it is going to take for him to move. And then you will have 3 to 4 quotations, from different packers and movers who are listed with us, and you choose the best guy, a person with the best rate, and then you go ahead, through our tech, you pay, and then the guy gets paid, and your job is done within whatever time, you designate a day or time, it will be done. So that is again on the freight side. Yes, we have an option for full truckload, partial truckload. We are connecting with a lot of exporters and importers. Okay. On the logistics side, yes, we have instant rates for sea freight rates for almost 16 ports from JNPT to the rest of the world, and vice versa. On the air freight, yes, we are connecting with, because we just launched on September 10th, we are connecting that network as well with IATA agents. So we are a marketplace. Plus, we have a unique quality of a peer-to-peer, which is, you can use, if you're a transport company and you don't have tech, but you want to use as a SaaS, you want to use our tech. So everything will look just like your company and everything powered by Ozu. So you can use our tech on a monthly basis. So that is also there. So we are a marketplace, we are a SaaS, and then with that beauty, we are a crowdsourcing platform, a logistics, overall a logistics technology platform.
OMG, I can say that it is a package of every solution where the logistic market is looking for. Ozu is a package for
One
that.
stop.
If you need
Yes.
this, you can have that. Yeah, that's amazing, and I really like the crowdsourcing concept. And so telling yeah. So just elaborating to that only, I would like to know, like walk us through the working style, the process, from the start. though if anyone is very new to Ozu, so how to approach to Ozu for that work which you told, and other things which you already give us the glimpse. So tell us about that.
Okay, I'll give you a brief. Now, if you are a freelancer, but you wish you're a student or you're currently obviously you're working with an organization, you go every day from point A to B. But if you have a car or a bike, you want to take the load. So you download the app, register as a delivery partner using freelancer, okay? And then you're on the network. So whenever there is a shipment or a load in your area, the app will give you a notification. If you are a customer who wants to, use Ozu's packers and movers or freight or courier service, you download our app just like any other application, and you go and put in your request, and we will get back to you. I mean, our supply, whatever we have at the supply end, because you will create demand for us. So, the supply end people will get back to you. If you're a business, if you're an organization or a transport company or a logistics company, then you wish to put your services on our platform, so you can be on the supply end. And sometimes there are importers and exporters who need instant vehicle tempo, a place like Bhivandi, or a place like, I could say largely JNPT near the port in Nhava Sheva, and you need a vehicle, or you need somebody to take care of your cargo. So everything is available on the marketplace. So it is for this, we are on the both the sides, on the supply side and also on the demand side. So that's how we as an aggregator.
Yeah. So also about the team, how is the current scenario of Ozu? How many people are there? Like who is your back support? Please do add that also.
Yeah, sure. Primarily, it's a private limited company. We are two directors. One is me, Paramveer Maniktala, and one is Aritra Mandal. She takes care of more of the marketing and the branding side of the company. Okay. Then we have the other advisory directors, which is Siva Prasad. He's on the operation side. We have Osman Rigo, who's on the sales side. Okay. We have a CTO. Okay, advisory board, Mr. Ashish Nagla. And then also we have a finance lead in our team. Okay, so we are growing. We are a startup. We are connecting with people currently, and we are looking to hire more and more people. So it's a startup ecosystem. As you know, it evolves. There are a lot of challenges, and then there are a lot of initial, when you hire a team and make a core team, it is very important, because that's what the whole system is based on. So then we have tempos running around Bhiwandi and local Navi Mumbai. So we have few employees, direct tempos for ourselves, which we own. So that's how the team is.
Yeah, I saw on social media also that day about the Ozu's tempo, I think so. So guys, if you want to check out, you can follow Mr. Paramveer on Instagram. You will get the latest update, even Ozu on Instagram. So that's that. Moving forward, I would like to know, tell us about the fundamental issues and cascading pandemic effects with Ozu. What were the effects you faced?
See, we as a company evolved out of pandemic. So if I would say, this is somewhere it is a blessing in disguise for us. I mean, we got an opportunity to think out of the box, and everything was getting digital. I mean, I thought 2 years back when I wanted to develop the tech, but the pandemic is actually not only us. If you know, it's taught different kind of it's actually taught people how to do business when supply chain got so disturbed. Thousand, you won't believe, Fortune 1000 companies, as we say Fortune 500, instead I'm using Fortune 1000, and 94% of them failed because of their supply chain abilities, and 75% of them strongly got impacted negatively. Okay, because they couldn't think of something like that all of a sudden would come stand to a still. I mean, something as useful as in US, not in India, but something like a toilet paper even went out of stocks. So people learned from it, right from any need. Okay, they learned, and still they are coping with it. It has taught people about more of digitization. It has
Hmm.
taught companies how to rework their supply chains. So it is somewhere for companies. It rang a bell that they had to change the whole
Hmm.
ecosystem. So for us,
Correct.
yes, it is because our brand or Ida Baby has been born on those grounds, where we saw so much of rack space that still can
Hmm.
be done with a proper tech. So that's how it's worked for us. Or else the rest of the world, it's history. Everything came
Yes.
stands to still. Business, and yes, it impacted almost all businesses.
Yeah, yeah. And that's true. It is good to, get something good from even that bad situation. And I can say Ozu did it very well with all the solutions. As I said, Ozu is a full-on package for logistic industry. So that's great. Moving forward, like I would like to know, do you think a national logistics policy that aims to create a single window, like e-logistics market, can promote a seamless movement of goods and increase ease of doing business?
It is a very big step, okay, for a market like
Hmm.
India. Okay, Indian logistics industry is completely disfragmented. Okay, if I would say it is completely like you have 20 government bodies. Okay, you have 500 certifications. Okay, you
Hmm.
have 10,000 commodities. Okay, um, with all these kind of parameters, where you have so much, to do with the commodities and single window creation of a single window is a challenge, but yes, India needs it. Okay, and if they are promising, the government is promising and working, because I see a lot of over the last say 2 years, there has been tremendous changes. There's been new policies, and a lot of things even in our industry are getting digitized. Okay, and that is the way forward.
Hmm.
So yes, India is thinking of it, and it is right. But because we have so many certifications, so many bodies, I mean, we have keeping, we have like what, 69 shipping lines. Okay, and so many different various, because we are what, I mean, 14% of our GDP, okay, is in logistics, which they plan to reduce to almost 10% in coming 2022 end or 23. So that's a huge money. Okay, so if unless they do, what I can say is there's two ways where information monetization and asset optimization. These are two things. If they do it on a single window, and they can have a synergy with the likes of people like our company also in Ozu, where we want to be data driven, and we're looking forward in we're even doing research in blockchain currently, which is some time to go, but we've started it now after building this tech, because that is how the future is of the industry. And single window, yes, coming back to your point, India is trying to do. Our finance minister is promising that things will get in place and get it done. So
Hmm.
it's a right step forward. I think India needs that. We are a very big
Oh,
logistics hub.
yeah. So, as you told about the certification, and I got to know yesterday only that you are certified from DPIIT, and that's a great achievement, I think so. So, firstly,
Yeah,
congratulations for that.
thank
So,
you, thank
adding to that only, tell us about that journey, how it started, how was the process? It was easy to get the certification, and now how you feel for that?
Yeah, I mean, Startup India certification and getting with the right body is always a pleasure, because it gives you
That's
uh, it gives you a gateway to participate in a lot of government initiatives. It's an amazing,
true.
government is doing an amazing job pushing up startups, looking into it, the kind of funding going into startups, kind of
Hmm.
grants going in, it's amazing. So to qualify is definitely a happy moment, because we are looking forward to explore our avenues with it. Yeah, the journey was not easy. It took us 3 months. okay, from almost 5 from what the day of inception. But we tried after a day, 1.5 months of our tech going live in September. So it took us 3 months. There were a lot of things. Earlier startups were getting recognized for various different reasons. Body was there always within the ecosystem, but they were not that strict. But today they are strict, I would say. They'll go into every detail of what your innovation is about, what the technology is about, what is so different you're doing. I mean, you're just not a logistics company and then trying to get Startup India certification. You're doing something with technology. You're doing something with digitech. You're doing something with fintech. So things like that. So we have the flair of these things, the marketplace. So they found value, okay, in our organization. So which is good in our startup. So we are happy.
And it's great one. So tell us about like what are the challenges besetting India's logistics sector and how Ozu is handling such challenges?
Okay, challenges, yes. We are trying to help people on the EXIM side, export and import side, where they have challenges. I mean, the biggest challenge today, the whole industry is facing the space constraint with the shipping lines and the container availability. Okay, so that is something everybody is facing. We are trying to digitize that, where we have instant rates. Okay, where we get rates from the shipping lines. We try to because the industry doesn't allow you to flash rates, but obviously if you have a tech where you can put in rates from behind and the customer can come and find for instant rates, okay, so we are capable of that, where we can give you instant rates for almost 16 ports from India, okay, towards on the export side, and maybe 9 ports towards the import side. So we are helping that way, because I believe digitization is the only way of going forward. I mean, it's still the old way. People go trust and call the same sales guy for bookings. They wait for him to reply. But yeah, slowly we'll get there. We started now, and we know that's the way forward. We want to become the Amazon of logistics. That's our dream. So let's see how we go.
Yeah, and best wishes for my side for that. Moving forward, tell us about Ozu is doing so much now only. This question is like, what all things, amazing things you will guys do in future. So tell us about that also. What are the future plans of Ozu?
Yeah, future plans or the kind of execution we want to do, because the main 4 categories we picked up is going to be challenging and difficult, but it's not impossible. Okay, it is the right way we set up our team. Okay, so our future plan is at least for 2 years stick on with Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, and 2 states, Maharashtra and Gujarat, because there are major ports here: Nhava Sheva, Mundra, Kandla, okay, in Gujarat, and Nhava Sheva is here. So we sticking to our goal. Currently, we don't want to expand very fast, okay, or try to go into different cities, unless for movers and packers, which is a category because the tech is designed so well that it can be copy pasted into various cities. But as far as the other logistics segments are, for freight movement, for air, land, and sea, and the truckloads and tempo movement, we are sticking at least for 24 months from now to these 2 states, because there is a rack space, and we have a lot of customers to connect with. So our goal will be, and something I've learned from startup school, is where is the customer, and you go and talk to the customer, and you'll every day learn something new. Okay, and the customer will actually tell you what he wants, unless unless you can think of it. So that's how we are evolving, and we want to stick on deliver. We have a tech which is very strong. Okay, even if 3,000 occurrences have come at the same time, the tech will sustain, it won't crash. So that's very big thing for us if we have that kind of users. But if we dream to stick to these 2 states and these cities, Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, and few cities from Gujarat, and then we take it from. So that's the plan for 2 years for now.
That's nice, fabulous. So tell us who do you feel is your biggest competitor? As it is a startup, still we consider someone as a competitor in a market of logistic industry. Do you feel someone as a
Yeah,
competitor?
we have competition all across all our segments. Okay,
Uh,
uh,
hmm,
we are a new player in the startup ecosystem. There is
hmm,
a steady competition. Okay, for example, in on the freight side, okay, there are companies who are already struggling to manage themselves. Okay, they either are on emails or they even or maybe they have an Android app. Nobody's on the 360 degrees. Let me tell you this.
hmm,
Nobody is on iOS, Android, and web at the same time. So I
correct.
don't, I don't want to name my competitors. Okay, but yes, there are. Okay, there are few, and we trust. We're very new. They're trying to do it from last almost 4 to 5 years, and they've still not
Hmm.
succeeded managing a tech on the whole thing. So yes, there we are on the upper hand, where the on the tech side. Now we want to deliver it on the customer side. So it's too early
Yeah,
to name anybody. Okay, I don't want to.
yeah.
I'm sorry, but yes.
Yeah, it is absolutely, it's your take, and that's a nice way of answering. I really like that. So, moving to my very last question of the session, I always ask to all our guests, that is, as a startup, you are part of a startup journey. So, I would like to know people watching you from our channel, and if they wish to start something with their, interest. As you have started, tell us some message or some tips to all our viewers, and a message to our audience from your side and Ozu.
Okay. Message to anybody who's willing to get into this roller coaster journey of a startup is you will have a high point and a low point every day. So believe in
Correct.
this. Okay. If you're getting into this journey, till the journey is getting for anybody, it could be a dream of seed fund, Series A, Series B, growing, growth, IPO. So whatever your journey is in 1 decade of a startup ecosystem, two things you have to be very, very particular about is one is your health, because this is a draining process. Okay, it takes a lot of mind, lot of energy, lot of talking to a lot of people on various grounds till you are established, and even after you're established, let me tell you that. Second is, yes, you will have a high point and you will have a low point every day. Maybe something will make you feel very happy, okay, an achievement, or talking to a customer, sign up, or business. A low point could be anything. I mean, you could have unwanted criticism, or people could say this is not going to happen, you stop getting into it. I would just say follow your dream. That's it. It will happen. It's a process.
Uh, Absolutely, well said, that follow your dream. So, if, anybody watching this, follow your dream is the mantra Paramveer sir is following, and I hope you all do that. So, with this, we are at the end of our session. I hope you like this chat, and Mr. Paramveer, I hope you also enjoyed our conversation.
No, no, I love the initiative by SME Venture. The Startup Dunia is a beautiful initiative where you give us the platform to speak about, our startup and our team and what we are trying to do. So very, very good. Kudos to you all, and hope you all continue this, and
Yeah,
hope we keep getting in touch for better alliances, and and all the
definitely,
good
definitely.
wishes.
Definitely. So, guys, you can check out all these videos on our YouTube channel, that is SME Venture, and you can follow us on our other social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, with the name of SME Venture. You can even follow Ozo on social media, as I told you earlier also. Mr. Paramveer, if you could add about your handles,
Yeah,
people can get aware
our
about the
handle
same.
is on Instagram is Ozu app,
Hmm.
OZUAPP. On a web page, that is our main page, which is www.theozu.com. Okay, so that is where you can sign up, and please try to help us either getting in connected as a freelancer, crowdsourcing, delivery partner, make some money, or give us
Definitely.
references for packers and movers, couriers, and freight movement. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So with this, this is your host Yasmin Khan signing out for the day. Thank you.